Hi guys, how are you all today morning? Good morning. My name is TSV Raghavan and I live in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, India. I am a published author with Amazon Kindle and paperback. I write on spiritualism, fiction, and assorted subjects. Spiritualism happens to be my favorite subject. This is my spiritual channel. In this channel, in our past episodes, we have been talking about ideas, opinions, etc., that we gleaned from our contemplation and meditation. Even in this particular episode, we'll continue doing the same. In this episode, we shall talk about one very important character in Mahabharata named Dusshasana. The king Dhritarashtra of Hastinapur had 100 sons, of whom the first was called Duryodhana and the second was Dusshasana. Duryodhana was probably christened Suyodhana, but because of his cunning, he was called and he is called Duryodhana. Similarly, Dusshasana was probably christened Sushasana, but because of his sadism, cruelty, and violence, he was called Dusshasana. Suyodhana, that is Duryodhana, was one of the five very handsome people in Mahabharata, whereas Dusshasana, the second, was one of the five very hefty people in Mahabharata. Dusshasana was not only hefty, strong, cruel, violent, and sadistic, but he was also an inveterate alcoholic. So much addicted to liquor was he that he never came to the assembly of kings before having at least one drink with his father in the morning at 10 a.m. Such was Dusshasana's nature. He was hefty, headstrong, but he had one particular quality according to Bhishma. He was totally loyal and obedient towards his elder brother Duryodhana. Duryodhana's wishes were Dusshasana's command. Whatever he did was because Duryodhana told him to do so, and that includes trying to strip Draupadi in a particular game of dice. Dusshasana was very strong, and so it was not easy for Bhima, the another hefty person but from the Pandava camp, to defeat Dusshasana, unlike Duryodhana. Duryodhana was protected by his mother's shield, but Dusshasana was not. When he tried to strip Draupadi in the dice game, Bhima, the Pandava, vowed that he will not only kill Dusshasana with his bare hand, but he will also tear this man's chest, drink his blood, and take some blood to Draupadi to go and oil her hair. Such was the vow of the mighty and violent Bhima, who was as angry as a serpent or Dusshasana. In the Kurukshetra war, Dusshasana was not scared of Bhima, unlike Duryodhana, who was slightly scared, wary, and jealous of Bhima. Dusshasana had a fist fight with Bhima, in which ultimately Bhima won. He tore Dushasana's chest, drank his blood, danced around the corpse to the horror of all the onlookers, both Pandavas and Kauravas, and took some blood with him to Draupadi to oil her hair. Such was the fury of Bhima on Dushasana, because Dushasana was as evil as his brother, thanks to his being totally and blindly devoted towards the elder brother. Dushasana is one example of why you should think twice before obeying a particular human being. To err is human, and Duryodhana was an incarnation of Kalki, the dreaded 10th avatar of God, who will come here and annihilate all the bad people. Duryodhana was evil and conceited and cunning, and he knew how to use the sheer brute strength and force of his younger brother Dusshasana. Dusshasana was myopic and short-sighted enough to be totally devoted to such an evil force, and that exactly was his only fault. Dusshasana could have been Sushasana, a nice person, only if he had taken a different hero to be worshipped. If only he had taken some Pandava or some good person to be devoted to, things could not have come to this sorry pass. Dushasana's son was killed by Arjuna's son Abhimanyu in the Kurukshetra war, as a result of which Duryodhana's son Lakshman got very angry and he pounced upon Abhimanyu and injured him to such an extent that that young boy was killed by the other Kaurava princes. This is the story of Dushasana, whom his own grandsire Bhishma said, "The only fault with my second grandson among the Kauravas was that he chose the wrong person to follow in his lifetime. Otherwise, he would have been as strong and heroic as the Pandava princes." Today, we know what was the mistake of this person. Kindly let me know what you think of my opinion about Dushasana. Please give me your own ideas and opinions so that we can join together, brainstorm together, and come up with some theory which is applicable to all. Please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so that I can keep reminding you of my other videos. Till we meet in my next video, it is good morning from TSV Raghavan.